welcome back to Secrets of the Opposite Sex. I'm your host, Tasha Ray. And tonight we're back with part 2 of our season finale. Welcome back to the show, everybody.
Hey.
Hello.
We will jump in and start with ladies first.
I'm Brittany and I'm 35.
My name is Jessica and I'm 38.
My name is Nico and I'm 34.
And I'm Keith, I'm 37.
School grown.
So, as you guys know, we pull questions from the app Secrets of the Opposite Sex. So, we're going to pull questions related to topics that we've discussed throughout the season. And just like we did on the first part of the finale, we are going to start with a scenario that a listener submitted with a video on Instagram. So, I'm sure at this point, we have all seen and heard the Cheesecake Factory discussion about the young lady who did not get out the car when she realized her first date was taking her to the Cheesecake Factory because she felt like it was beneath her and that's just not somewhere she thought was appropriate for a first date. So that leads me to ask the question, should you set boundaries in different stages of the dating process until you're in a relationship? If so, how do you navigate that? Like, are there certain things you're not doing until you're at a certain level with someone?
Yes.
I think that's a resounding yes.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
Yes.
But
family members.
But with regards to this specific situation, this is exactly why she's single though. Like driving her, taking her out, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like they went to Taco Bell. You feel me? Like I'm saying this is why she's single because of her attitude. Like you're filming a TikTok or whatever you putting this guy on social because he took me to Cheesecake Factory and did it. You know what? I'll take you home. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like I was still hungry, so I'm gonna come back, get me some mozzarella sticks or something, drop you off.
Fast food spot, and you gotta spend no money.
Exactly.
Keep it pushing.
I think it's just the way she went about it. I mean, listen, if you want to set boundaries and you don't want to do certain things, go ahead. Right. But she was just being very nasty. And girl, like, come on now. And you were late. That's why y'all didn't go to the other restaurant.
That part.
Yeah.
Not like she told the story, but she told like 10% of the story. Like
he started going off on her
that
after
was
that.
Backup
Like,
but it don't even matter if she was late or not. Sis, if we going to the Cheesecake Factory, we're going to Cheesecake.
Yeah, I think back to Tasha's question when you're saying there are stages, I think that there are stages. Like when you first meet somebody, obviously you exchange information because you're intrigued. Like you like the way they look. So part of you is willing to put forth effort because, like I said, you're attracted to them. And then we were talking about like people just use the term dating too vaguely. I don't necessarily think that's true, but it's like you talk to somebody ahead of time, you get to know whether or not you even want to spend time with them. So I feel like unless she was just a nasty ass girl and just wanted a free meal, which she's a little too old for that. Like you do shit like that in like your 20s when you're poor and trying to like get through college.
Do you?
You know some. Yes, you do. At least females.
I remember that era. Yeah. It was a thing though.
I definitely accepted a few dates because I was poor as shit and a college student.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you're going to get into somebody's car, you're going to let them drive you somewhere. I feel like you should be at the point where you're okay going anywhere with them and just getting to know them better. Like just to see if your energy matches, because your energy might not even match and you might not want to see that person again. So, and I think like that is what dating kind of should be.
And then to me, it's the first date. You're trying to get to know the individual further. So it's like, are you worrying about the location? Because you can go to a very expensive location and not even like the vibe of the person. So is it about, are you trying to get to know them? You're trying to go to a new hot spot. Like that's what it seemed like. Oh, if it ain't spending money, I'm like, you're trying to get to know this individual. The spot kind of, obviously, like I said, you're not going to know, we're going to McDonald's. Not that level, but Cheesecake Factory is good enough to where you can get to know somebody. The ambiance is decent, and you don't have to do too much. I'm trying to get to know you to build so we can go later down and go somewhere more expensive, more. It's the first pull up. Like
this is the first date that they link up or whatever. If he sets the bar he takes her to Brooklyn Chop House, he got to maintain that the entire time. You feel me? Like women talk about that all the time. Like,
do you? Can you mix it up?
No, but this no.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely mix it up.
You can mix it up. What I'm saying is women talk about a lot of times how guys introduce them to vibes that they can't maintain. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. Like if he introduces her to all of this stuff, like off rip, and then she's gonna be like, okay, so this is gonna be what it's like to date Thomas or whatever the dude name is, and I'm gonna expect this all the time. Just based off of that little video she did, I feel like that's how she thinks. The fact that she was late that's null and void right there. Like if you're late and we had to cancel the initial reservation,
that was it.
I'm gonna be actually really offended. I wouldn't even. As soon as I see she was on the TikTok,
there was another place. It was another place they was going
she was late, so he couldn't take her to the original place. That's why I mentioned.
Wait, what was the original place?
I don't know, a nice restaurant, I guess.
He showed it to her, whatever it was, whatever the restaurant was. He was like, I was going to take you here. And he showed it to her. And she was just like, see, we should have gone there first. And he was like, well, that was the goal, but you were late and we missed the reservation. So this is where we ended up.
He was actually real cool about her doing that TikTok. I'm not that nigga.
Was, because
I'm not that nigga. I'm telling you right now, I would have fired on her as soon as I seen that. I'm like, oh, you recording? All right, cool. Let's make a show then. Like we would have had a whole sitcom episode right then and there.
Keeping up with the first dates,
bro.
That was crazy.
She was just a weirdo. Like at the end of the day, she was a weirdo. I feel like if you are the type of person that wants to go to nice restaurants off the bat, then do that.
Also say that, but that's where that comes into play. Like she said, if you're that kind of person, speak up.
If you're expecting that, can the man expect something else too?
Okay, that's another thing. I feel like restaurants like Cheesecake Factory are a good starting place because if someone spends $300 or $400 and they're expecting something, but if someone's spending $75 to maybe $125 for two people to eat, that's not. I mean, that's like okay. You don't expect anything.
I ain't never gone out with a man who wasn't expecting something after.
I mean, the
numbers have gone up. I don't care
how much was spent.
I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't take it.
Yeah, I don't even know the prices at Cheesecake Factory.
But the numbers has gone up, so it's not even 120. Actually, like 220 for basic.
Nah, for sure. That's why whenever they talk about $200 dates on Twitter, I'm like, y'all do not date New York.
That's a couple of drinks, a decent meal. You already had two. Once a gratuity.
If you take somebody to Soho House, that is a half a drink for both of y'all.
I think that going to dinner on the first date is kind of probably not the right place anyway. If he's trying to get to know someone, you want to go somewhere and have a conversation for the most part, in my opinion. And mind you, I didn't taking people out to dinner. I'm just saying, I think that we get so caught up in what we talk about, like who's paying for what. That's kind of a space like that we talking about, right? Who's paying for what? The level or the type of restaurant we're going to. If we're kind of getting into that space, then we probably aren't the right people for each other in the first place, or we don't know enough about each other. And I think that's why I think first date should be more like a conversational space or somewhere we can go to talk. But like if she had an issue with the Cheesecake Factory, she was in that motherfucking car and she saw that shit when they parked. You understand what I'm saying? And when she turned to get on live, it's over there.
You know that
so
saying,
you either kick her out or you drop her off.
You know that saying how they say when they go high, you go higher or whatever. When somebody goes,
just said go lower.
When they go low, we go high. That's
yeah. Well, when somebody goes low, petty goes to hell. Know that.
Okay.
I would have
take it to the flow. Goddamn.
Listen,
that's what that is.
Everything life would have came at her very fast. I'm just telling you. As soon as I seen her filming a goddamn video talking about I took her to blah blah blah, I'm like, oh no. We are about to make a movie tonight. Let's go.
The rest of the list, right? What about the rest of the list, right? Even when you're talking about no ice creams, pull-up spots, coffee, pull-up spots.
Bro, I wasn't even listening to all that.
I'm saying, like,
no, but like no gym. So me and a couple of my friends were talking about it. I'm like, sometimes it's all how you meet, right? If you meet a young lady and you're like, oh damn, I see you like to go to the gym. I'm a trend. I like to go to the gym over here. Let's meet up here and go to the gym. Like anything can start something like, damn, I love ice. I know there's an ice cream spot that, like, so a first date.
I think those are great first dates. Like
those are great. Like,
yeah,
it depends on like the conversation you've had. Like,
yeah,
it can spark like, oh, she likes that. Let's make the first day like an ice cream spot.
I mean, you also got to know your audience. That's really what it is.
Right, the person you're speaking to.
All of this boils down to communication.
That's what I mean. Like
on a first date with in the first place, you won't be surprised when sis don't want to get out the car because
He ain't really
What were
speak
you
English
dealing
and
with?
shit like
Because
that, man.
I
He
don't
don't know.
even feel comfortable going on a first date to certain places and let's
Yeah.
establish some
But-
kind of
but,
connection.
wait.
When you have conversations with people, you get to know like their interests. Like if a girl is talking about, oh, well, I have this and I have this and I've been there and I just did this, you're gonna
Listen.
get vibes that she's high maintenance, or you're gonna get vibes that she's chill, or you're gonna get vibes like, or she likes sports, or she like, you'll get an idea of what she likes, so you can
Yeah.
kind of gauge what what her thing is. That's one of like when you were saying coffee, ice cream, little things like that. I'm very big on energy. I don't want to be in a space with somebody when I first meet you and know that I can't get out of that space if I'm not comfortable. So ice cream is perfect, or coffee is great. I don't want to sit down, eat an appetizer, and here you are like not using a knife and fork properly, and I'm like, oh my god, yeah.
So what about the women that want trips on the first link?
A
Then
trip.
go find men that want to give them trips.
I'm just saying. I'm
And
going
there are
further
men
in
that
the
will do
sense
that.
of-
Girls
no,
are offering trips. So
I'm going off of Jessica in the sense of I love what she's saying. Like I don't know you go on a trip with you can't escape that person.
But,
Right.
but you know,
Bad
but they're comfortable with
energy.
that. Like you have to be
Right.
aware of that.
But I'm saying like like that bad energy. Like I'm gonna go somewhere because you can't go on a trip with anybody.
Yeah,
Me,
and that's
I'm friends. Some friends you can't even go on trips with. So
that's
imagine
true.
like girls who are like, oh, you got fly. I'm like, you don't even know that person. Like you're gonna be stuck with that person however long this trip gonna be.
that's why
weird.
there's so many horror stories about girls that go on these trips and
That's
get
weird.
left or have miserable fucking times or get assaulted. But again, that's not for everybody.
But I'm
I
just
mean,
saying,
at
like,
the end of the day, it's just a setup anyway. Because the guys because I've had guys offer me trips on the first
Oh,
date.
absolutely.
Like, why would you?
that's
But
weird.
I'm
to
not
me.
dumb at the same time too. I know what that situation is. You're gonna get somebody on like an all-inclusive, get them drunk, and you know what's gonna happen. You know what the expectation is. You know the purpose behind it. That's why they're inviting you on a trip. That's a setup.
There's two things I was gonna touch on that both of y'all that some of y'all said. One, the dinner. I don't really think dinner as a first date is a bad thing necessarily. I know that some women like that are friends of mine, they get older and they look at the level of dates and stuff like that as they approach it seriously, or they have like more intention behind it. They feel like going to a nice place for dinner is a more mature approach to dating. So to me, I'm like, I don't really think dinner is bad. I think it comes back to communication of what you guys both like.
Like ice cream.
Without having to spend a ton of money just to get to know, I don't like this person.
As much as women are like, oh, they want this, I feel like women with some sense, we want effort. And it doesn't have to, like,
Right.
we want to know that you're hearing us and you're listening to us. So say if in conversation, you're like, I love sunflowers. And you know what? I love this kind of wine.
Right.
You could spend $30 getting me some sunflowers, and it doesn't have to, or like incorporate that into a date, like maybe take me to a fucking sunflower field. And then we go bring this bottle of wine. And that to me, that means more because I feel like you're paying attention and you're actually invested. Like it shows effort. That's gonna kind of resonate with me a little bit more than just, oh, let's go to Capitol Grill.
I think we are trying to make an impression or trying to put a woman in a comfortable space. I think that's kind of like the intention behind it, or big gestures or something like that, or we're going to this special place or whatever. Or not everybody thinks like a monetary thing is what makes a great impression on somebody. And that's kind of like, I feel like where the conversation or where people need to go. Talk about holding a knife and fork. That's not even just a man thing. It's etiquette. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, damn, I don't know if dinner is even the right space to do it.
Your personality is your personality, so it's gonna come out wherever it is that you
Right.
take. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
see
true.
who they are at some point. Like, cause ain't no way you could tell me to sis in a video, for example, that you won't gonna catch that personality in any situation. Next up, have you ever lost interest in someone or stopped talking to them? And if so, what was the reason?
Welcome here, Brittany. Welcome.
I just like to listen sometimes. But I lost interest in someone because they didn't know how to communicate. I feel like a lot comes down to communication. Like his communication was just very touch and go. And I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this. Like we are in our mid 30s, late 40s, whatever. If you don't know how to have a conversation with me, if you don't know how to let me know, hey, I'm going to be busy today, I might not be able to talk to you today. I'm not doing it.
I was dating this one person with a goal in mind. I never date that way. but she like the experience was making me feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like, all right, now I'm taking her out because I want to hit or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I never go into anything like that. Once I started feeling that way, I'm like, yeah, I can't do this no more. Cause it didn't feel right for me. You know what I'm saying? Like spending this bread and whatever else, and this is not going nowhere. Like I just started like seeing more about her attitude that I just didn't like. There's a lot of little things, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you quick to check the deuces. Yeah, so I had to do that.
I've lost interest in somebody because they were very like attention hungry. I feel like they did too much too often. And it was like, the funny thing is, I don't think they were insecure, but I feel like stuff like that comes from insecurity. But yeah, they were just like very extra on social media. When we would go out, they always had to be like seen, and they were big as shit as it is. So it's not like, everybody couldn't fucking see your big ass. Yeah, like
what league was he in, sis? No, I'll fuck with you.
Oh yeah, it was, yeah. He stopped, and that's the thing. Like he stopped playing, but I think he was still like stuck in the kind of same thing when you're playing and you have that kind of attention. And I'm just like, you're not fucking there anymore. Like it's okay. Like that ship has sailed. You're not a professional athlete anymore. You were, and that's amazing, and it's something to be very proud of. But you're a teacher now. Stay in your teacher lane.
That's actually funny.
Yeah. So I just, like to me, it was like they were really stuck in the past and certain habits they hadn't let go of.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's plenty of reason to lose interest or cut somebody off or whatever. The other thing, there was another time, just like the communication was fucked up. Like anytime, I would talk to her, because I'm a person like, if you come to me with a problem or whatever, I'm gonna listen and try to, kind of like talk you through it or whatever. Like, maybe we can try to do this.
Women don't like that. Just listen.
No. It's not. It doesn't. It's not me trying to solve it. What I'm saying is, I'm listening to what your problem is and then talking you through it. Whether that lands on a resolution or whatever. Or, the point is talking you through whatever the issue is, and listening first, obviously.
Being a sounding board.
Yeah. And it was like, no matter what method I used, like I was wrong. And I'll ask questions about the situation. Well, why do you do this? Or what did you do? I was like, bro,
because they just want you to listen. Don't
wait. Can I? Can I touch
on
that?
Like, don't open your mouth.
Shut up.
Hold on. I wanted to speak about.
He didn't want feedback. That's the problem.
No. But I wasn't. It wasn't like. It wasn't. I'm not, like I said, I'm not listening to you to solve a problem. I'm not listening to speak. I'm not doing that. I'm not listening to respond. I'm listening to you and talking you through the situation.
You're giving feedback. You're giving feedback.
No. It's not me giving feedback, bro.
No. You said I'm listening and I'm trying to walk you through. You're giving feedback.
No, I said talk you through whatever it is.
You're giving feedback.
Did she want you to talk her through
Talk you through it. You ain't supposed to be
wait, I'm not saying, y'all. I think you guys are misinterpreting what I'm saying.
I think you're explaining it wrong.
Maybe I'm explaining it wrong.
Right. Were you like nodding and being like, okay, and that's what you're saying is like walking you through it? Or were you like saying like, oh, well, why did you do this? Because that's giving feedback.
No. It's more so like I'm listening to first off, the person is extremely emotional while she's explaining the story. So it's like,
none of that matters.
Very heightened.
None of that matters. She don't want you to explain nothing. When she inventing, shut up.
Oh yeah.
Hold her hand and listen.
101. Oh yeah.
Don't walk her through it. Don't pat her back.
She wants to say sit.
Just nod your head.
Just like that.
I need you to listen to me.
No, I got it. What I'm trying to tell y'all is there was multiple different conversations, right? And what I'm telling y'all is no matter what method I use, meaning
that's the right one.
You weren't supposed to be using no methods.
No, listen.
Shut up. It's the method.
That's what I'm saying to you. You're cutting me off before I get there. What I'm saying is I would let her talk and I wouldn't say anything. No feedback, no nothing. And then like when she's done, there was times where I was stuck because I didn't know what to say. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to do now. Like I listened to you. What do you want me to say here? Like, do you want advice? Do you want me to talk to you? Like, what do you want?
Just say I'm sorry.
I did. But
I'm sorry.
The whole point is
that's bad behavior.
Me trying to land the plane here is what I'm saying is like I got to a point where I couldn't win. Meaning like I could shut up, not say anything, listen, whatever, and that was wrong. Once I saw that I couldn't win in the dialogue game, I was like, yeah, I can't
Can I
Why
can I
was he trying
piggyback
to
off
win?
what he said? It's really a question.
Mhm.
So have you guys ever dealt with somebody and all they did was complain, like, oh well, this is so hard, and this, I'm like,
Nigga,
bro,
yes.
I got bills too. Like,
Yes.
we're
I
all
hate a
struggling.
complainer.
Yes.
I hate
Yeah.
a
Okay.
complainer.
So to me, that's a huge turnoff also, and I feel like that's something that is any sex can relate to.
We all living life. Why? What you complaining about? Like we all got everything. Can't be a complaint. Like everything. I was talking to my therapist, right? I'm like, sometimes you're around strong individuals. Sometimes you don't give space for people who's not in that same space to vent, right? Because you're like, why are you complaining? Because you've been around people who don't complain about nothing. They just take it and keep going. So when people who do come around you and do complain about the smallest thing, you're like, shut up. Like, what are you complaining about?
I was talking to a guy, and when I tell you,
Fair.
he was staying with his family, and he would complain all the time. He's like, man, I can't catch a break. I'm like, bro, you ain't got no bills. What the are you complaining
Hello.
about? Like, not
Shit.
to say that bills mean everything, but when you have to maintain an entire household, or what, I mean, if I didn't have any of my bills, do you know what a load that would be off my back? I can't even
Right.
focus on my fucking mental health because I got all these fucking financial issues.
Right.
But-
First of the month come, you like, oh shit, again.
First of the month just
Right.
came. We all feeling it right
That shit
now.
put me in a
Like,
bad
here
mood.
you are
My hair
again.
done. I told him, I was like, nope, I just paid my bills. Sorry.
Scoop, thanks for letting us know the first of the month, Scoop. We all mad.
Listen,
again. We all mad again.
yeah.
Have y'all ever been in a situation where you kind of speaking on your situation or your values, and the person trying to one up you, you're trying to
Yeah.
express yourself, and they're just like trying to school you while you're. I'm not even trying to be profound or anything. I'm just kind of speaking. They're trying to.
I've had people try to
Throughout-
one up my struggle, or like if I say something,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh well, I had a bad day.
Yes.
Well, this is what happened to me.
This is what you should have done in that situation, right? That
Oh.
type of shit right there.
That's a
is
know-it-all.
an extreme turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, to know it
Like,
all.
I've already overcome my struggle. I'm just letting you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
I had a guy once, I told him like that I have lupus, and he goes, oh, that's nothing. If you would just do this, that, and the third. I said,
What?
Like that. Dr.
What?
Sebi said,
Oh, that's
what
nothing
about
is
that?
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I know you
tell
heard
me
that
if
shit.
you would just eat
When
better
somebody
and
said what Dr.
exercise.
Sebi said,
Because it's that easy, right? What?
Right.
Because you love having lupus. I'm sure that's
Right.
comfy.
I love
Yeah.
it.
That's exactly what you chose to do.
Right.
Right.
I looked at him, I said, oh,
right.
oh okay.
That's crazy. That's nothing is crazy.
Shit like that. That's the shit. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But they try to outschool you on some shit, and it's like, wait a minute, like you don't even know my situation.
Nah,
like
he
you
was
don't
trying to
even-
outlive her. Outschool you.
Yeah, that's beyond that.
You didn't live enough. I got
Right.
you. I'll school you. Statement. He was trying to do something else.
Like, you got lupus, I got shot 12 times. That ain't shit.
That's it.
You got shot 12 times. I have AIDS. Okay.
Right.
Right.
Like, well,
Exactly.
guess what? I died yesterday,
You
and
don't
now
know
I'm
what
back.
it's like.
I've been
You
to
know what
brunch
I'm
with the
saying?
wise men already. I know what it's like. That
They
shit
already
crazy.
put me on the cross. What you talking about?
So I have experienced that too. Like what you guys were getting on me for, I've experienced because I've talked to this one chick and I used to tell her, I was like, yo, part of where we used to clash was, you're asking me about different things that I'm dealing with. And as I'm explaining, you're listening so you can respond rather than just listen to what I'm saying. And this is what I was trying to tell y'all. I wasn't doing to that girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because when I experienced it, I was like, bro, this shit sucks. I said the thing is, as I'm telling you things, you're making assumptions in your mind because you want to respond so badly. And every assumption you're throwing out is completely wrong. I've been through a lot of shit. I got shot 12 times, like all that.
Did you really?
Like, no. That's
Oh.
crazy.
I'm like, school, what the fuck that happened? 15?
Right.
15?
Wow, that's impressive.
Nico's actually like a close
Well.
friend. He's sitting here like learning shit about me. That would be crazy.
No. When you said
Like,
12
nigga, you ain't
times,
told me
I'm
none of
like-
this. Right.
You said 12 times. I'm like, school, where was I? 12 times.
Right. People like, nigga, we known each other for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ain't never heard this story. What I mean is just like I have been through a whole lot of stuff. So the assumptions she was making and the solutions she's applying to them were just null and void. It's like, bro, I talk to Jesus regularly, all right? So
Speak on it, brother.
that's just really like, you know what I mean? Like, so I understand what y'all talking about.
On that note, let's go to the next question. So, how long does it take until you see someone's true colors in the dating phase? What do y'all think?
When they get mad,
Yeah.
or
how
when they get
conflict.
belligerently
Listen,
drunk.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's why drinks. Okay, that's why drinks on the first date is actually a good idea. That's
Yeah,
all.
I
That's
agree.
what I was kind of getting at was
Oh.
like, yeah, I don't date people that don't drink. You're not
Me
finna.
neither.
You're not finna mock tell me like you're not finna.
You
And
can't
people
have a
You get
Sprite.
drunk by yourself?
Oh,
You
right.
get
They
drunk by
always
yourself?
do the same shit. They always do the same shit. You get drunk and they be like, you know what? I've gotten to the point of my life where I realize that I can have fun without drinking. You know what I mean? What you think about
Have
that?
you though?
What you think
Have
about
you?
Meanwhile, you sitting
No.
there counting how many
No.
Dr. Pepper she ordered and shit.
Yeah. You know what I'm tell me. The other thing is seeing people with their friends drunk is some real shit because
Yeah.
they're different. They're different with their friends
I've
drunk.
heard that before. I've heard that before.
Because they might not even get drunk around you. We can go shot for shot for shot, and it doesn't do what it do. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen some people they amongst their girls. You know what I'm saying? And it's turn up. You know what I mean? And it's a whole different story. And I'm like, oh, you can definitely raise a flag. I don't know if it's a red flag. But
Awareness.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like the first 6 months, you're still kind of trying to like be cute and be like ladylike, and you can let your hair. You get more comfortable around your girls because you're in a space where you just feel a little bit more safe. And not that they don't feel safe with you, but that might be why in certain cases, like if you haven't been dating long and she's fucking pussy popping on a handstand around her girlfriends, and you're like, where the fuck is this energy when it's just me and you? It might be because it's just a safer space for her. Because sometimes it takes a while for women to really let their guard down to that extent where you really see like that.
That's where the dinner situation stems from, or where first date dinner stuff comes from. A lot of people don't even like to eat in front of people or people they don't know. That's a kind of a thing.
Oh, that's true.
Or eat the way
That's
they know.
dumb to me.
Or at least eat the way they want to eat. What?
Yeah, but didn't they just have a
Wrong
huge
with you?
conversation about the girl that was eating all them oysters and the man left her?
Oh,
That
well,
was-
that was a
that
setup.
was
though.
crazy.
That was,
Because she was eating
That's
too
a
much.
different story.
that was
It wasn't
fake,
about
though.
the oysters, baby. It was about them oysters.
No, listen.
no, the oyster thing was fake though.
It wasn't about whether she dogging some oysters out. It was because she was goddamn the price
His
of
bill
that
increased by
oyster-
$6 every time one of those oysters came out.
Exactly. Even if it was fake.
It's 6 months to like 9 months if you're with them consistently.
That
I
makes
think it can happen immediately though. It can though. It can.
No.
Can
But-
it?
No.
Like, they can be who they want to be for
Oh.
a short snippet of time.
I'll give you an example. It was in this situation. I said, hey, to take the pressure off of things, let's go somewhere you like. Then you go there, and she know every fucking body in the building, right? And the first nigga she meet gives her a hug and picks her off the fucking ground, right?
All right now.
Picks her the fuck
That's
up.
wild.
Everett
That's
does,
wild.
Tasha.
This
Everett
nigga
does
lived
that.
This nigga lived the whole Drewski shit.
Right? You talking about true colors right there, and you're like,
True colors.
Yeah, I don't think that means anything.
Whoa. What do you mean? Greg said, I
Hold
know
on.
a girl, when I give that hug,
Hold on.
I know you used to
Yeah.
play with. It depends on the energy. For girls, if she's bad, girl gonna feel like, why she hug you so long? If she trash, girl's gonna be like, I'm not worried about him.
Right.
But for a man, it
don't
don't matter.
matter.
If he's six,
the grease ball is
6'2",
worse.
300 pounds,
That
and out the
nigga-
league.
nigga that
If
you
he
just let
pick you
fucking
up,
pick you up, it's worse because he's not me. And I'm like, damn, you let niggas like this pick you the fuck up? Like the fuck you got?
I think
Right.
that's crazy. I will say, I feel like there are things
it's a difference.
that don't apply. Because like what Jess was saying, like when I was in DC, listen, I used to be out in the streets, okay? So I had like
On
a
the
favorite,
streets.
right? I had
We
like
have
a
certain
favorite
club
guy that worked
yeah.
the door at Barcode. Everett, I love you. That's my guy. So
Yeah, like we
pick
love
you up,
Everett,
though?
and that's
Hey,
the
look.
energy that you get with
I
him.
don't get to see him enough. It's just like I miss you because that's my dog.
Nah.
Like it's just like he looks out for me. Love to be down the block.
Well, give him a dap on the back. Church
And
hug.
No.
never.
Church
Hold
hug.
on, hold on, but it was
Church hug.
never. Hold on, it was never
you up.
anything. It was never anything inappropriate. Like he's never been inappropriate. He's never been
He's
disrespectful.
lifting you up.
And and
No.
I've always showed
If
him
you
love. in
ever
front of
been
guys that
lifted
I'm
up by
dealing with.
another man,
That's
besides
inappropriate.
me, it's
That
wild
is
to me.
inappropriate.
Why is that a
Listen,
problem though? Hold on. Why?
Why?
Let me ask you something. Why is that a
He's
problem? Because we
lifting you
we've
up.
done
In
it.
his 50s. Like, come on now.
Yeah,
tell you.
if you've never been like that.
Third wheel. He went to a party with his girl, and the security nigga picks up his girl, hugs him, picks him up, and kisses her on the neck and say, "Damn, I missed you," like crazy, like
Oh, that's crazy.
like that.
Different.
Okay, that's
This is
taking
what
it
I'm
far.
talking about.
But
When
that's
we talk about
disrespectful.
seeing somebody
What
do
I
that's
just explained and what
that's
you
the
just
conversation.
explained are two different scenarios.
If that woman turns to you and then says, "Why are you tripping?" those are your true colors.
No, that's crazy. Ain't nobody
Yeah, that's
kissing
different.
my
That's what I'm
neck.
saying.
Like,
That's
Right.
what I'm
no, that's a
He
lie.
did that. He gave it a, oh, I missed you. Damn, you smell good on some shit. And you know what he
Different
said.
though. They
You
won't
know
even
what
y'all
he
wouldn't
said.
even talk
Yeah.
about
You
it.
know what you.
Yeah,
That's
That's what you.
friends.
That's what you was trying to set. That's what it sounded like you was setting it up as. I was out in these streets, and that's just how it goes. No, the fuck it don't.
Hell no.
Being in the streets
No,
just
like-
means you know a lot of people.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
it ain't
like if
about
I
knowing
used
a
to
lot of-
frequent this
No,
place,
it ain't about
and
knowing
he
a lot
used to
of people.
always look out for me. What's wrong with that?
Shit.
If a nigga picking you up, he better just return home from Afghanistan, and you ain't seen the nigga in a long time.
And
That
he's
gotta be
your
your brother.
fucking
So,
father. How
Fact.
you then turn to us and explain that situation kind of tells us what type of time you're on. You understand? what
Cool
can't
question.
hug nobody,
My
get
thing
picked
is,
up by nobody.
I'm saying? No, it ain't about.
Right.
It ain't about. It ain't. It's more about how you responded to them and responded to me. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
You just said it was the act because then you
No,
added the
it's cool.
kissing you on the neck and stuff. That was a lie. Like that's
Right.
appropriate. That's out of pocket.
That's too much. That's too much.
But
If he
somebody
picks you-
simply hugging you, I haven't seen you in a long time, and picking you up, and
No.
just chopping it
What kind of
up.
hug we
And
talking
my
about?
man
Though?
is right
Tasha,
here, and I bet you
Tasha,
He,
my man.
let me grab
But
this
that's
one.
what we do. Like that's
he
our
my
thing.
bitch on earth.
Like that's just what we do.
If a dude picks you up, I miss you and pick. I know what time that is.
No.
I
Mine
pick you up.
What
Takes
y'all?
us so far. Y'all
Please
turn,
stop it.
Right.
y'all turn
Wait, yo,
any
I want to
interactions.
know.
No.
No. Nico,
Every
tell us.
situation
It's
is
not
not
about-
a
no,
sexual.
it's
let me
not
get
about-
this
or
one.
disrespectful one.
Tell him, Nico.
It's not.
Tell him, Nico. That's
If I pick her up,
if
you
I
don't
pick
got
her
her.
up, she's mine. She's mine.
Keith,
I'm
Oh,
not
that's
even
a lot.
friends.
All right. So next question. That's a lot. All right.
Oh,
if I pick her
So
up, you don't got her.
moving
You don't
on.
got her.
whoa.
Can-
The image
Whoa.
of
right.
a nigga
Hold on,
just
hold on.
picking your
Let's-
girl up and spinning
If
her
I
around.
pick her up,
Whoa.
you don't got her. If I pick her up, you don't got her. That's a fact.
Your reaction to
That's a
somebody
super
picking me
fact.
up would be a red flag to me. I'd be like,
Oh,
my man
oh,
is insecure.
no. That he feel
Her ego
comfortable
is crazy.
picking you up around me, it should be a red flag for you, not for me.
That's
Oh, it's a red
You
flag.
should know. No, he should know. That's my man. Don't pick me up when you see me. Maybe when I'm not around, cool. If you
I
see
wouldn't know
me,
nothing about it. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
there, I'm
But
walking, he pick
this
you
is my
up,
date. I'm on
he's
a
showing
date. I'm on a
disrespect
date.
to me.
And you pick my girl up.
I'm
What is
so
this about?
sensitive. All right. So
No, but there.
No.
But nah,
you can't
Tosh, it's
pass-
not even
pass-
just that though. We also
That is
men, so we
so
know
sensitive.
like what the intention
Tosh,
is.
you can't
sometimes.
bypass this. You
Like
know,
we-
You tell me every girl you hugged and spun around, you fucked her?
Right.
no
Get
boyfriend
away.
there. I'm not picking her up.
Oh, but you do it when
It's a
you're not there.
respect thing. No, yes, because
No, but
So
there-
you can do it as long as the man is not
Absolutely, yeah.
present.
I have best friends. I have women best friends, right?
Okay.
I'm not gonna do certain situations, certain things around people because it can come off differently, right? I'm not gonna
Well, that
pick
means
my
you shouldn't do
best.
it, period.
No, because
But there might be other men around who'll be like, "Ooh, I saw her and she was
no,
kind of
I don't care what nobody
Then you
else.
shouldn't do it,
I
period.
wouldn't.
That's how you
push-
feel. If it's okay for you to do it when it's just y'all
No,
and around
because it's
girlfriend, and
understanding.
it's not appropriate when a guy is there, what is the difference? It's the same thing. You got
It's
the
not
same.
the
Right.
same
You
thing.
don't
The-
have bad
It's the
intentions. It
visual.
doesn't matter.
As a man, because a man know you go out and right, you go out, have a good time in a party, right? Have you not gone on a party?
Yeah,
You-
I
you-
just told you I used to be in the DC streets, which is why.
Right? So you no question,
thing.
Tasha, have you ever dated a guy at the time? Seriously.
Of course, and
Right?
introduced
So,
him to
but
it.
no. But so in that space, did you go out and did the same things?
Yeah.
Yes, in front
But
of
you
I've done the
wouldn't.
same
But
thing.
you
I heard
wouldn't
him and
do
then
it.
introduced him to my
You
guy at the
wouldn't-
time.
Tasha, you wouldn't do it in front of your man. It's a
I
respect.
just told you I did. You're
I've
not
done it
listening.
before.
Yeah,
you
same.
let a man pick you up.
Yeah.
I just told you I don't go out often and I don't go back to DC often. But when I do pop into town, I ain't seen Evan in a couple years, whatever it is. I see him. He always look out loud.
Introduce
down
me
the
first.
block. Nico,
Introduce
hush,
me first.
Listen.
hush. The line could be down the
Hey,
block.
Jess?
Nico,
Listen.
let me get it out. The line could be down the block. And he'd be like, come on, whoever you with, come on. So that's my guy. I ain't seen him in years. I'm gonna give him a great big bear hug. We gonna chit chat and be like, yo, this is my guy, whoever it is. I have done that several times because I had me a couple guys that ever done that. And nobody has ever felt a way about it. Nobody's ever felt disrespected
He didn't
by
tell
it.
you. Tasha.
Oh, God.
I
None
want
of
to
the guys that I have dated
Yeah,
and
and
I've been around him have ever failed to defend us.
Guys about guys don't say too much.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Just
they
because
didn't
he
leave.
tell you
They
doesn't
didn't
mean
leave.
They
And they
came
didn't.
in. They were very glad to skip that line and walk their ass.
Yeah,
in.
but
exactly.
at that Tasha,
No,
at that, that's fine. Tasha, trust me. Tasha, it mean you walk in and a guy pick you up and swing you around?
Nico, context.
Yes.
Context.
It don't
is
even matter.
He wasn't
No.
listening to the story.
Context.
No, I'm listening to
Where
the.
did you say swing her around?
It don't even have to
swinging around.
be.
Being extra.
If
Like,
he
Swinging
picks
around
you
is the
up,
extra part of it.
I've seen
if he
it
picks you up,
happen.
what I'm expecting is a church hug. Space between y'all and a pat on the back.
you know what that
If
means,
he
Nico?
picks you
You gotta
up,
grow up. That's
Yeah.
childish.
Too much.
You gotta grow up. That's childish.
That's growing
Yeah.
up.
And listen, I said
Back
if you
me up.
have to,
Is that too much?
It's context. Of course, the situation that Keith explained. Okay, you kissing
My-
somebody on the neck, you swinging
Extreme.
around. That's excessive, and
That's
that's
too
But
much.
it's the same thing.
That's
It's the same
side
thing.
eye.
No, it's
But
not.
what I
You might
just
as well have
explained
done
to
it.
you and the context in which it was done, it was not malicious. It was not nasty. It was
Yeah.
not sexual. There was no motive behind it. It was a strictly friendship between a man and a woman who have known each other for over a decade. What
But
is
we can
wrong
tell.
with that?
Y'all saying that you want a woman to act like her true self around you, but you won't even accept her hugging someone. That's too much.
Love,
for you,
are
but
you
that's not my
crazy?
friend.
You think that's okay?
You think
That's who I am.
Hold on,
though.
hold on,
That's
hold on, hold on.
exactly.
What are y'all accepting and not
that's good,
accepting
Scoop.
in
That
terms
is
of
good,
greetings
Scoop.
with?
They're
What's
gonna tell you a lot of
acceptable and not?
bullshit.
No?
I
What's
think
acceptable or not?
at the end of the day, regardless of sex, it's all about context. As long as I don't feel like there was any sexual energy, any excessiveness to the like extra hold and rubbing.
Picking you up is excessive.
Yeah, but,
Okay, look.
yeah, the
Let me give
pickup
you
is
a,
excessive
okay.
though.
All right, Tasha.
He could just
okay,
give you a
let's talk
regular
about-
hug,
Hold on. Let's pause.
a tight
Let's
hug.
talk about.
You know,
Let's talk
picking
about
you up is aggressive.
So next question. Can you share a piece of oh god, this is coming at a terrible time. Can you share a piece of dating advice for the opposite sex regarding how to find and maintain a successful relationship? We already know, don't get picked up and swung around.
Don't get
Don't
swung
get
around.
picked up.
No. Next.
I promise you, every man would say the same thing. Don't
No,
get
they
picked
won't.
up.
No, they won't.
Stop making scenarios up in your head. Y'all need to listen. Y'all need to listen. For real.
Yes. Real bad.
Real bad.
I would say that try to be more chivalrous, regardless of the situation. Like, if you're over 35 and you are going to date within your tax bracket, one, and then be like little things like open the door, pull out her chair, like shit like that goes a long way. And you'll actually see somebody's true colors as much as like, oh, she doesn't deserve that. If she doesn't say thank you, if she's not appreciative of it, even opening her door, if she doesn't reach over to grab your door, like shit like that, like it actually benefits you too. Getting her flowers, even if they're $10 flowers from like Trader Joe's. Oh, well, I don't know. It's just the first date. It's benefiting you too. Like seeing somebody's reaction will benefit you too.
And I'm gonna jump in before I let y'all do your thing because I feel like y'all need to let the ego go. Like y'all gotta let the ego go. Cause the ego is gonna run you crazy and it's gonna let you lose out on a good woman over some silly, minute things. You know what I mean? Like y'all gotta check your ego at the door. All right, so y'all go ahead and give your advice to us.
How you approach me, how we do things. Like you said, like, oh, we gotta listen. We telling you how we feel. You say listen, or you listening to us? We telling you if a man pick you up, we don't like that, and at no point you acknowledge that. you go right. Oh, do this and do that. Men are telling you how we feel about that. You annoyed it immediately.
I say this,
Tasha.
I can tell you I felt a way in a situation. That doesn't always mean that I'm right. It doesn't mean that I was valid. I could be dead wrong in a situation. But I could be like, oh, that's how I felt.
No.
You
That's a
acknowledge
fact.
that, and that's what
But
you do.
Tasha, we've all been in that space of picking women up. I've been in that space.
All y'all just dismissed it.
Now, don't get me wrong. I do feel like it kind of, for women, I'd be like, damn, like, is he insecure? But at the same time, when you reverse it, if I've never met the girl before, I'd be lying if I said if they ran up on him and gave him a hug and he like lifted her off the ground. Hush, don't fucking get carried away now. If he like lifted her off the ground, that I wouldn't be like, and
Right.
and don't get me wrong, that could go away in 5 minutes. Like, I'm not insecure. I make friends with everybody. Like, I'm friends with my ex's exes. Like, I'm that girl. So, but initially, that would probably rub me the wrong way if like a girl that I'd never met ran up on him, gave him a hug, and be like, "Okay, yeah, I need you to explain this to me immediately, or it's going to go left."
Right.
And again,
But if it was
that's why I
explained,
asked.
but if it was explained, then that'd be, and you know what? And oh, okay, bet. And then she gives me, like, if she shows the same energy to me, immediate, like, hey, this is my girl, and she gives me a hug, because then, okay, then I'm gonna be fine.
I am a changed man, but there was a time and period, there was a time and place where I had bitches that would hold this shit down. Okay, and the motherfucking
Women,
I messed with
women,
multiple
women, women,
Oh,
women,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
women.
And I don't mean it. I don't mean it in a disrespectful space. My bad. I don't mean it in a disrespectful space. It's just a colloquial term. My bad. When it comes to
When like not colloquial.
when it comes to
Women.
when it comes to, I've had situations where I've messed with women that hung together within that group. Didn't know anything about either person in the group.
Yeah,
right? But
got
there's one that I may be more friendly with. And there's one that I picked up, but I never messed with her. And my girl picked up and the wrong vibes on the wrong person, and they were wrong about it. It doesn't matter. It's disrespectful either way. You understand what I'm saying? It could be.
Well, that's for you.
Oh,
So
my-
that's a
Yeah, that's
boundary
for
that you should set with your person.
Appreciation and consideration.
And how does one do that?
Well, that's what he was saying. He was saying, like, if he doesn't like something, y'all got to listen to us too, whatever. That's what he's talking about with the consideration thing. Like, if he doesn't like something, you got to listen to the fact he doesn't like it.
Thanks, Scoop. Also appreciation, even with time, right? Appreciate the time I'm giving you. It don't matter if I'm just coming there and just if I come to your space and I give you 5 minutes, you give me your 5 minutes. I appreciate every bit of 5 minutes you're giving me. She's laughing about it. It's appreciation.
5 minutes?
Because that could
Time
be
is everything.
Well, the reason why that's funny is because that could be interpreted very toxic.
No. I'm talking about this time. I can
Okay.
laugh all day. If I'm giving you my time, appreciate that, please.
But you're telling me to be appreciative of something that 5 minutes?
It don't matter what it is, because if you give me your 5 minutes of your busy day, I'm appreciated. Don't matter what you give me. I'm not feel entitled to anything. If you give me 5 minutes of your day, I thank you for coming seeing me. You took time of your way, maybe going to work. Now I'm going home. You coming from work, right? And we crossing paths. You give me 5 minutes of your time. I'm appreciative. Everything is earned, not given, right? So if I give you my time, don't look at it as nothing.
It's not acknowledgement. It's appreciation of it. That's what he's trying to say.
It's appreciation of
But
it.
how do you, so
Whatever I
what makes you
give.
feel appreciated?
Right? Because
that's what Jess was saying.
What makes you feel appreciated? Because I mean, I could think that I'm making you feel appreciated, but maybe you don't feel that way. So is there something that people can do to make you feel that way?
No, people saying it's not nothing. Like people disregarding the time I'm given, saying it is not. Oh, you only gave me 5. That's 5 minutes where I could have been. If I give you 20 minutes, an hour of my time,
that's
right?
still acknowledging it. That's just complaining, acknowledging it and complaining. So do you want to be praised?
No, hear me
that's
out.
what I'm asking.
Just hear me out, right? So if
That's what I said,
I'm going to sleep for an hour because I got to go to work, I'll give you my time, right? Hear me out. I'll give you my time. And you were like, you only give me an hour of your time. I could have been sleeping that time.
Okay, then it comes down to
but I gave it to you, and for you just to disregard it, like it's just an hour.
Okay, no. I completely get that. But what I'm saying is that's still acknowledging something. It's just not in a way that you like, and it's fucked up. So how would you like somebody to like? So basically, you're saying just don't complain when they're with you, or would you like somebody be like, you know, I appreciate you coming here.
But if so, what I'm gonna say, if it doesn't apply, let it fly. If I'm giving you something and you have a complaint about everything, what men likes to do, right? If we give you something,
don't complain then.
And you complain about every single thing, a man never feels appreciated about nothing. If you complain about everything, right? And women say like, "Oh, well, you didn't." If he felt the same way, because soon women start complaining, men start complaining, right? Why are we complaining? Because like, if you're gonna show your ass and complain, I'm gonna show you what you did wrong too. I let things slide because why cause an issue if we both go back and forth and complaining about everything we don't like? We complain all day. So some things you have to just, you know what? He didn't do this, but he did that, and I appreciate that. And I feel like men do that more. Like, you know what? Babe, can you make me understand? She didn't do it how I wanted, but you know what? She took the time and did that for me. I'm thankful for that. No, you know when we complain? Well, it wasn't like this, so I don't. Yo, that makes a man feel unappreciated.
So you just want women to stop
time.
complaining, like to be more aware of them complaining. And I'm not saying this in a bad way, but I feel like it makes you feel unappreciated because we complain.
But my time, because one thing I'm a loner. I like to be alone. I like to have my time. So if I give you my time, I'm giving my time. The people that I love and that I care for. So if I come show you some love and some time and you disregard it, you know what? I'll keep it to myself.
Value your time and don't complain.
Consideration. Okay. Also. But
because I mean, am I making sense? Am I crazy here? I feel like
no. You
ain't crazy.
Okay.
Keith, Scoop, am I wrong?
No. I mean, I get what you're saying.
I don't think you're wrong. I totally understand what you're saying. I wouldn't necessarily bottom line it the way Jessica did, but I totally understand what you're saying. I think you're saying a lot more.
I think he was just saying a lot. She was trying to make sense of.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you what makes you feel appreciated? That's what I'm trying to say. Like, how do you interpret feeling appreciated?
No. That's the conversation. Every man is different, and knowing who you dealing with, every individual is different. So just knowing who you dealing with makes sense. I've dealt with girls who only want for themselves. They don't even care about who you are. I want this relationship. I want this. They only care about themselves.
No, I guess my advice would be say what you got to say. Like, use your words. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, y'all, oh, you didn't feel me thinking about you. You didn't feel me. You didn't know that I. Just say what you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, just voice your displeasures with certain things. I think if anybody really cares about you, if you voice an issue with a certain thing or whatever, it's up to that person to change their behavior. Just not saying sorry. You have to. That's not enough. Like, you have to change the behavior.
Louder than words.
Yeah. So you just make sure that you're voicing what your issue is. Don't just say, "Oh, you." I know you looked at my face and you saw I didn't like that. Just be specific. Just say like, "Okay, I didn't like when you did X, Y, and Z." If the nigga gonna keep doing it, then maybe he's kind of telling you without telling you what y'all situation is. But if he's listening to you and he does change, you know, that says he's actually here with you.
I think a lot of relationships fail because of communication in the first place. Even if someone doesn't feel appreciated in a situation, then they have to be able to express that's it. Like, even if they don't feel like their time is being valued, then they have to find a way to communicate.
Do you think it's possible to have a successful relationship if you have different love languages? And to take it a step further and give you an example. So on the first part of the season finale, Kari, one of our guests, said that she is a great gift giver. And she's found that some men feel uncomfortable when she's just like, let me take you to Nobu tonight, or let me give you this nice gift, and that they don't know how to receive those things. And I feel like that might be a part of it, like just having different love languages. But would that be something that would offend you guys? Like, if your lady was just like, no, let me take you to Nobu tonight, I'm gonna pay for it, it's on me, or gave you an expensive gift, would that make you uncomfortable if you're not someone whose love language is receiving gifts?
I feel like if you're doing too much too early, in a sense of, I don't even know you yet, right? I'm a slow scroller. Like, take our time. Let me really get to know you. Because if I feel like if you're doing that for me, you're doing that for every individual you date, right? So nothing about it is special. If you cook for every guy, or if you take every guy to Noble, what about me is special, right? Because to me, when I date the individual and not, oh, I want to spot everybody. I'm gonna take everybody to. Who you are is how I date you. So if you cook and do everything for everybody, right? So I think there's one girl, and she's like, I told him, damn, like, New York fucking car insurance easy. Oh no, I live in Jersey. You can put your car in my situation. I'm like, I just met you. Why are you even offering that?
Crazy.
That's how I feel. I'm like, if you date another guy, you're doing the same thing. Nothing about that is special. I just met you. Is you offering your establishment where you live for me to put my car insurance there? We only went on one date.
Oh, wait. Hold up. Time out. What? Your insurance?
Did you all have sex before this?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. I'm not. I don't think.
I'm sorry, because
now
you
I gotta-
must have done something to this fucking.
Hello, because what?
Ain't nobody what? Hold on, what?
Now I gotta think about
You
it.
ate her ass. I'm sorry. That's all. I
I did it, but she I have sex already. No, we had sex. right? We had sex already.
You know.
But
He's gone back and forth, and we knew that. You could have just.
I had to think about. I had to run through my mind.
Mhm.
Chill. In my mind, I'm like, love, I literally just met you. How you already offering your establishment? You don't even know me like that. To offer. So what?
We
said
told you
you.
why she
We
was
told
willing
you.
to do it.
Hello.
But just relax. You gotta chill. Gotta chill. Yeah,
I'm just trying to put two and two together. Like,
I'm just saying you can't do too much too early.
Hey, man, maybe she's just friendly.
And dumb.
she's just
Generous.
stupid. Yeah,
Generous?
because
Generous.
no, your
Oh.
insurance, your car insurance. You know how expensive
That's
car
correct.
insurance is, and I'm supposed to just like, oh, I just met you one time.
No, it's
Did she ever
cheaper in
even ride in the
Jersey.
car with you
No,
to
it's
see what
not
kind of driver you
expensive.
were?
It's cheaper in Jersey.
It is cheaper in Jersey, yeah. But I also think that people, like, when it comes to love languages, I think that we all have our own love languages, but we
Yes.
have to learn how someone else wants to be loved.
Has to be some type of compromise because at the end of the day, if you didn't want no fucking PlayStation for your fucking Christmas gift, you wanted some ass, and that's just what it was. You understand what I'm saying?
Some ass for Christmas is crazy.
Wait,
That's
I was
wild.
That's crazy as hell.
Ass for Christmas is wild. That's all she offering is ass for Christmas?
That's crazy.
For Valentine's
Okay, wait.
Christmas too?
They say that your love language is based on what you were lacking growing up, and that might not be the
Yes or
case.
no? Yes
but-
or no?
Wait,
Yes or
hold
no?
on. So I mean,
Yes
and
or no?
exactly, that might not be the case for everybody, but there are a lot of people. So like my ex,
Yep.
he didn't have anything growing up. He came into a lot of money. He was very generous. Like he was generous with me. He was generous with my friends. His love language, he was generous with his family. His love language, it was like gifts. What is it? Gift giving.
Yes.
Me, like I grew up by myself, so I'm always taking care of everybody. Like I'm always cooking for people. If you need anything, like I'm very nurturing. That's just what it is. So in our situation, or based on what I've seen, that seems pretty accurate. But I think that if you really care about somebody and you're really invested in the situation, you have to understand that it doesn't matter what your love language is, it is what their love language is. And if you care enough about that person, you will learn how to love them in that love language.
So the next segment is going to be the red flag game. As we played it in the past, it's going to be a little bit different because this time I'm going to give you scenarios. And I'm going to read out the scenario, and you guys just basically tell me if this is a red flag for you or a deal breaker, and we'll move through them. It's your honeymoon, and your spouse's phone vibrates, and you see they are actively having a conversation with their ex. Would that be a red
You don't
flag?
even got to finish the goddamn
I
sentence.
don't think this needs to be a discussion. Like,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
It's
No.
a red flag.
We all agree.
Red flag for everybody?
Yes.
It's a red flag.
Yes.
Even if the conversation was
Even if the shit is about the
No,
nigga's
No,
mom
I don't,
dying.
first of all, I don't care if anybody calls you on your fucking
Scoop, the
turn your
mom
fucking phone
dying?
off.
I do not
my
get.
bestie.
Listen, I
Listen,
don't care.
we got awful.
She just
If
said,
I get married, that's God. You better not be
Yeah,
on your phone
exactly.
at all.
Listen. I have a lot of mothers that love me.
Nah.
Well, go marry them.
look.
Go on your honeymoon with them.
yeah, I don't even care.
No,
if
I don't want
niggas-
I don't want anybody calling me or my partner on my
Right.
honeymoon.
You'll be freaking all night, baby. Can I get 2 seconds?
No,
Hey,
hell, look,
hey.
look.
Tasha,
2 seconds to
Listen,
talk to
you
your
gonna
ex.
stop me? That's the love of my life, Tasha.
Your ex.
You heard me.
Hilarious.
My man,
You
you
know,
are
like,
never
it-
getting
no,
married. I'm
'cause-
just telling you that.
We on our honeymoon and a nigga want to call you and be like, yeah, my mom got hit by a bus. Nigga, I don't care.
The fuck? What bus? Bye.
Okay.
I don't care. You
Now that Scooby wildin', Scoop.
No,
Scoop.
I'm not wilding at
No,
all.
I'm
No,
right
no,
there
no,
with
no,
him.
No, get the fuck out of here.
I am though.
I'm gonna
No,
throw your ass in the
I'm
fucking
that
ocean
guy.
from that little bungalow.
Like she,
Got
like
it.
Jess said, that better be
Come on,
Jesus
Down
on the other
the
line.
red flag. Is it a red flag that your ex wants to continue to hang out with the friends that you introduced them to after y'all break up?
No.
I don't think so.
No.
No.
No,
I'm
not
cool.
really.
I'm
No.
cool
Yeah,
with
it's
that.
not that deep.
Because
Dinner
to,
with your
to
friends?
me,
Yeah.
to me, you're not being real. Like to me, like I had the same situation where a group of friends we all know each other, and one of our friends broke up with the girl. She wanted her friend to stop after like 5-6 years, exchanging Christmas gifts, being around each other's family. I mean, you want them to just stop cold turkey? I mean, you're not being a real friend.
Right.
Because I built a relationship with you.
Right.
I can't be fake with you because I really it's not even about that. Oh, that's my friend. Honestly, I really built a relationship with you for 5, 6, 7 years. Now that didn't happen. Yes, I'm not going to invite him to the birthday party, certain things, but you want to be fake with him? I can't be fake.
Right.
I gotta be real. Like, listen.
Listen, I drove my mom to my ex's wedding. You understand what I'm saying?
Whoa.
Mom, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mom Dukes don't get that pass though.
No, that's no, that's not true. I have an amazing relationship with my ex's moms. Like
to the wedding though? To his wedding?
Yeah,
it's
over.
To the wedding.
Yes. I dropped my mom off. I said, I feel like this is weird. I don't know why y'all still cool, but whatever. Go have fun. You know what I'm saying? I don't got no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep that shit far away from me. That'll have that shit to do with me.
Keith, is there a child involved in this relationship?
Nope.
No, not at all.
I feel like it says a lot about you as a person. If everybody surrounding your ex's circle does not fuck with you, then you are probably the problem. But if everybody is still cordial with you and still cool with you, but I also think it comes down to like the people that are in the middle of it. Like if there's an event that his friends are having, I don't expect to be invited. I don't fucking feel away. But there has to be. It's not even about the two people that were in the relationship. It's about the people involved that got caught in the middle of it, like them having respect for.
Are you okay
partners.
with your mother going to your ex wedding though?
Yeah, of course. My brother.
My thing is
yes.
The way I interpret it.
My mother better not go nowhere.
I mean, what if you were with that person for a very long time and they established
she better not go nowhere.
And here's the thing. Here's my two outs. Like the relationship ended and it wasn't like on bad terms for
no.
Listen. I ain't even said it yet. The relationship didn't end badly for either of y'all. Like it was just like, it's ran its course and this is not for us. But by all means, or if it was your fucking fault and your mama know that shit.
To the wedding though,
mom still being cool with the ex or whatever. Where that's an issue is one, obviously, if it ended bad, but also it's an issue if you've moved on and she's still hanging with the girl, because then there's not really a lot of space for your mom to get to know your new partner. Because
you to grow.
I totally agree.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you to grow.
You're like,
I love Tasha. I love Tasha.
I don't think that's always the case though, because I feel like that's like saying you can't have more than one friend.
Yeah. No, that's different though, man.
But hold on,
that's
different. Personal. That's just different.
No, it's not.
It is different.
I'm friends with my ex's mom, but I would never expect her, like, if in certain situations I have some sense. If she has to choose between me or his new girlfriend, I don't ever expect her. I would never put her in a position for her.
No, it's not you putting her there. It's not you doing it.
She gonna put herself there.
It's the mom. The mom clearly loves you and has a
she gonna put herself there.
Yeah, like she still has a space for you, a soft spot for you.
If you're in a committed relationship and that person still has photos on their social media pages and in their phone of their exes, would that be a red flag for you?
Question: what kind of photos you talking about?
Or it can be innocent and it could be racy. Your pick.
It's a red flag. I'm not strong enough to see your ex on your social media page, y'all hugged up, like
on a social media space. No, you will never see it.
Yeah, the social media thing, I don't think that's okay. But I feel like, and I also don't think you should have like videos or racy pictures or anything with your ex in your phone. But
that's a cap. That's a cap.
From your ex?
Why do you need it?
Why are you recording videos?
Wait, Nico.
No, like what does it depend on? What does it depend on? Like, what is the purpose? What is the need for it?
Right.
It depends on the video.
Why do you need to look at it?
I've had a lot of people die in my life. So I'm very aware that you might never see anybody again or anything can happen. So I keep pictures of everybody. My brother's like this too. Like we keep pictures of everybody. I have pictures with my exes. It's not anything like that. I don't want to see anybody. Like, I would never have my exes on social media, nothing like that. I don't have any videos of them, but I don't think there's a problem with having people that have been in your life just as pictures, like as memories. It's not that I have memories, you have memories. I'm secure enough to know that that's your past. It is what it is. You don't need to have backshot videos in your phone of your ex.
Right.
Like, that's just not okay.
Okay.
You saying it doesn't matter, that's the past. What if I just casually left my phone out and there was just a video of me getting fucked by my ex?
That's crazy.
Fuck to offer some insurance.
No, then it would be a conversation. I'm not saying I don't need context. I'm not saying that. I'm not tripping. I'm not busting.
Hey,
I'm just saying, if this is a nigga you fucked last week, of course. If you a nigga you fucked last night, of course. All right. Hold on.
Y'all ego couldn't take a girl getting picked up.
Right.
That should happen today. Today. What y'all are talking about? No, I'm saying if you got picked up, that should happen in the fucking moment. That should happen today. If I saw a video of you fucking somebody, I'm gonna automatically assume it's before me. That's first. First. That because I'm just not an insecure nigga. It happened before me. That's just it. Mm-hmm. It is gonna be a conversation. And like I said before, if you get picked up, what shows me a two Krellas is how you respond.
Why'd you bring it up?
And how you handle me. That is what I said. That was what I said.
Did y'all? I don't know if y'all saw. Kevin Hart was on The Pivot. Is a clip. It went viral, or whatever. And Channing Crowder, old football player, him and his girl or his wife, they swing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I saw that.
So he told the story, and Kevin Hart said, "Yo, look, I want you to understand what you're getting into." He said, "I have a friend." He said he has a friend that wanted to swing with his girl and the neighbor because the chick was bad, so they were going to swing together as two couples. He said that they swung, and the nigga that lived next door was taking his wife to pound, and he never recovered from it. The correlation between the two is it's not happening necessarily in front of you, and yes, you assume that it happened before you, but the fact that it's still like in her recent with archives or whatever, she's going down memory lane a time or two is the point. So is it an issue? Absolutely. Because like you see it regardless of how if it happened yesterday or 5 years ago. The point is the video is still actively in her rotation on her phone. So she does go back to that video every now and again. Whether it's down memory lane with her or her friends, whatever. The point is, it's still there at the top. It's still at the forefront of her mind with that, bro.
It's a red flag for me.
Next up, if you're dating someone in your age range and they tell you early on that they've never been in love with someone, is that a red flag for you?
No, hell no.
Why is that not a red flag?
Because I don't think some people, no. Everybody's experience is different.
I feel like I'm 35. Like if we were younger, like 25, I'd be like, okay, I get it. But you just never met anyone. What makes me think that we're together and that like there's something going on there that you've never allowed yourself to get close to someone? That's what I'd be thinking.
How many times do you feel like somebody in our age range should have like experienced love or been in love?
At least once.
You sure?
Positive.
So the reason why, this is interesting to me because for men, we can have a lot of love and all that other stuff for women throughout our lives or whatever. But we know there's a specific women that we've been actually into. And there's a difference between like liking and caring about a woman and being into them. It's way, way different. They're two completely different levels. Like for me, like I've loved different women along the way, but I've only like been in love once. Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Like there are people that I have love for, but I feel like I've only been in love probably twice.
I feel
like, and honestly, but also I feel like it depends on their circumstances. If they have a lot going for themselves, if they've just done a lot of other things, like if they don't have shit going for themselves and they're like, oh, I've never been in love, then okay, so what the fuck have you been doing? But say if they went to school and they have like multiple degrees and then they've got businesses, that takes a lot of your time, and you can't. For men, their brain just focuses on one thing. Because like even when you were saying like, oh, just tell us, like communicate. Like you really have to be like, you hurt my feelings when you did this for a man to understand. Like they're very black and white. And I think a lot of disconnect happens between men and women because women will be like, oh, well, you did this on Thursday and then that happened and it turned into this and that happened to turn into this. When all they meant to say in the first place was you hurt my feelings when you didn't give me time.
Should have just said that.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
exactly. But that's my
That's
point.
true.
Like women,
Who has bad communication?
Like love languages. You show love a different way.
That's
Some
fine.
people show communication a different
I don't
way.
even think, but I don't
There's
think that's
nothing
love
wrong
language.
with either one. It's just if this is the person that you want to be with and you want to invest in, you need to
Right.
learn how to communicate with that person.
Vice
However,
versa.
communicate.
I don't,
If
but I don't
you
feel like
wanna
that's a
invest
love
time-
language. I feel like that's a
I'm
sex.
gonna love,
like
no,
a-
I'm using that as
yeah.
an example. I'm not saying that's a
Yeah.
love language.
Vice
I'm using
versa.
that as an example. If this is somebody that you want to invest your time in, then you need to learn how to communicate with this person. Everybody
Vice
communicates
versa.
differently.
No, you're right.
It's
And
a two-way
no, exactly.
street.
But that's
Nobody's
what I
saying
said.
it's just all in your
Yeah,
court.
that's what I said. I was like,
It's a
I
two-way
just said that. I was like, women will be like, oh, they did this. They said you did this, when all they had to say was,
What
you
did
hurt
you
my
do?
feelings.
When your friends tell you certain situations, do you question them? And then what did they do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you? Because I feel like you might be the problem. I feel like
Right.
you're the one that's not.
Why would you feel that though?
Wait, Nico.
Like Nico, based off the way you answer these questions,
No,
Yes.
I'm
feel like you're
being
very
real with the
problematic.
question. No,
Where you think
Oh,
that
you may not like it, but I'm being real with the question.
no, listen, I'm just
Yo.
saying, I don't think, listen, I know we all think we know everything and whatever, but I'm saying I don't think that you may be as self-aware as you think you are of how
Why
you're
not?
feeling in
Why not?
relationships and with other people.
Tell me
Based
why not?
off of the scenarios and the situations that you described tonight.
tell me
it
why
doesn't
not.
sound like you're fully
Tell me why you
aware.
more aware
She
than
just
me.
told you.
You didn't tell me nothing.
Yes,
Tell
she
me
did.
why.
She
It was-
said
I
based
just
off
said
of
it.
You blame. It's like you blame other people
No, I'm not blaming
as if
anybody.
you don't have a part in it.
I'm holding
And
people
it feels like-
accountable. Love.
But do you hold yourself accountable? Because I feel
Absolutely.
like you keep trying to put the blame on like other people.
No.
I feel like it.
I know when I'm fucking up. I know when I'm doing wrong. I'm holding you guys accountable.
Hey man,
You
I love
laughing.
you, bro. I
Every
love
time
you,
I
bro.
talk, y'all laughing, but you're
No,
not
because what you just
real.
said is contradictory.
What am I saying to contradict?
I know I'm
Tell me.
fucking up. I know. Okay,
No,
Kate,
no,
take
no.
But I'm holding you
Tell me
accountable.
what I
Don't
said.
fuck up. And maybe you won't have those issues out of somebody.
I
First
don't
of
have
all,
the
he's getting
problem.
car
You have the
insurance
problem,
offered to
love,
him.
not me.
The reason I feel like it's not a red flag for me is because there's such a wide spectrum that exists. There are women that are out here that are saving themselves for marriage. That shit still exists. There are women that are still guarded and won't let you in. I know y'all have dealt with men that won't let you in, that are extremely guarded. So when you talk about someone that hasn't been in love, there are people that have been through some pretty traumatic experiences, and that's extreme. But it's such a range of people that exist out here that never being in love is not so crazy to me, even at any age, because I've been in love, but there were times where someone made me feel like I had never been in love before.
Okay.
So I'm not, it's not a red flag for me.
All right. Last one. You meet the person that has everything you've been looking for and more.
Jesus.
Because that's a, right. But they're not the same race as you. Is that a red flag?
Oh, whoa.
My dad is white and my mother is mixed, so yes, that is fine. let me find me a Jesus. I'll be real happy.
I'm at a point in my life where I will date outside of my race. Before I would not, but now I'm like, yeah.
What changed for you, Brittany? What made you want to be open and receptive to dating outside your race?
I feel like I've done so much dating in my life that I've only dated Black men. I love Black men. However, my man just might not be Black. Like I think I've gone through a lot of the things that, yeah, I guess he just might not be Black. I don't even know how to really explain it.
How you feel like you need to work on yourself?
What is working on herself?
What is that? No, we're not talking about
question.
herself.
No, question. Do you feel like you're the issue?
No.
I think that we all have our issues.
Are you
I
serious?
mean,
No, question. Are you?
Tasha, that's
feel like
exactly back to
you
your
can
point.
be the issue
Okay.
though.
that we all can
No.
be the issue in certain situations.
That's offensive.
Can
How
I-
is that
can I-
offensive?
Hold on,
I'm
Brittany,
asking-
let me
I'm
just
asking
You're
if
asking
she's
her.
the issue.
Why
How is that
can't
offensive?
you? You're asking her in a sense.
Said
Black
that.
men, you
No,
gotta
no,
go
no.
date outside your
No,
race to find you somebody. That's
Tasha,
offensive.
I've never said that. All
That's
I
what
asked is,
that's what you're insinuating,
oh, no,
Nico.
that's what.
Like I'm a product of like two Black parents, and I've seen my Black grandfather. You know, I've seen a lot of like strong Black marriages. I was just saying that I'm open to dating outside of my race at this point because I want to open up the dating pool. I want more options because I feel as though
Love. Do your thing, love. Do your thing.
Have you
me
dated
off.
white women or outside of your race? Yes.
I've never.
Me can't do it.
No.
This is one thing I wonder. Like, if you guys have been listen, because I same as Brittany. Like, both my parents Black, been together. My daddy is my guy. Like, he provides. He's still slashing some money in my account these days because he like, you out here doing it by yourself. Slash some money. That's my guy. Like, the ultimate provider, the ultimate like what a man should be. But what I've experienced this close to 40 with Black men, solely only dating Black men up until a couple years ago, has been hard because I'm not getting what I need. And it's
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Nico,
Well, but
let me finish. It's very hard because a lot of guys, it's a game to them out here. Like, they feel like they have so many options, so they're not going to prioritize me.
Pick the right one,
gotta-
though, love.
Nico, let me finish.
Nico, you
They got a whole team. So what do they need? I'm not trying to be a captain. I'm not trying to be a captain of the team. I'm trying to be the only one. You know what I mean? I don't need sister wives. I don't need any of that. And especially in New York, guys are very open to non-traditional relationships. They want polyamorous relationships, and I'm not for any of that.
I have dated outside of my race. I have multiple times, even since I was young. I've dated outside of my race. What I have found as a Black man is I've found that it's hard to connect and relate to someone in that space because I feel so much. I'm an empath to people with people that I don't even know. What I found is, from my sample sizes, it's often hard to navigate those situations or to feel seen in those situations with someone who is not Black. And I'm not against interracial relationships and by no means. You fall in love with who you fall in love with is something that people often say. I don't agree with that though. I agree with you fall in love with who you pursue in a lot of spaces because you don't just stumble upon someone. And I'm not saying I haven't had an attraction. I'm just saying there have been spaces where I'm trying to relate or connect or be connected or remain connected with someone who really does not understand me at all.
I think that's natural what you're saying. Like, naturally, I feel like naturally you want to be with someone who you can relate to.
Yeah, who's relatable.
I think that's what most of us, what
because I feel, no, I was going to,
But what I'm saying is I've gone through most of wanting those things. That doesn't mean that that's happened for me. So at some point I have to say, okay, if this is my pool and I'm limiting myself to these people I'm not having a positive experience. Maybe I should widen my pool. So I will say, I think it's offensive, Nico, for you to be like, well, what's wrong with you? Or what are you doing? Like,
what's offensive about that?
Because it's to say something's wrong with you. That's why you can't find a man. That's the same shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
that might be the question you asking. I don't know.
I mean, sometimes you gotta check yourself.
How do you don't even know me?
Why taking it personal?
Because you said it to me.
Yeah, but it's to both of them.
No, it's in general, right? Sometimes
it wasn't a general comment. You were speaking to me.
Oh, okay, so it's general.
My name is Brittany. It's not love.
That's specific. That's not general.
Brittany, it's not personal. It's general.
When you're asking someone directly,
I'm telling you, it's general.
Personal.
So
that's
what
not
do
a
you go
general
from there,
question.
though?
What's wrong with you? Really?
Well, it's
why aren't you?
Do you want to be married? Nico, do you want to get married?
Want to.
Then why engage in relationships if you don't want them to last? Why even start with people if you know you don't want to finish?
You never know.
What's the problem?
When you ask
don't speak to me.
Listen, I'm specifically talking to you. When your first reaction is, well, what's wrong with you, is dismissive of their experiences. So when you do that, you have you're saying that without asking them specifically what may have happened. You know, maybe one guy was abusive, maybe one guy was this, maybe one guy was that, but you're automatically saying, well, what's wrong with you? So that's dismiss. You can't do that. That's one. The second, I think Nico, when he was saying like what he was saying is general. He's more so saying like, I guess like when a woman is saying how they can't find a good man or whatever, he's saying, or those people need to look inward. I don't think he meant to necessarily attack.
Kind of personal.
I don't think he meant to necessarily attack y'all, but I'm just explaining from both ends, like
kind of personal
how your words are received. And
I understand that, but my whole point and what I was trying to say to Nico earlier is you got to understand how you're showing up, and you are showing up foul. Like that is very disrespectful.
That's what I'm showing up foul.
Listen, because what I was saying is I don't think you're as self-aware as you think you are. Like how
are you self-aware?
Listen,
are you self-aware?
Listen, how you phrase that was disrespectful, and you have a tendency to talk over people instead of just listening to what the person has to say and understanding, so that you know how to maybe move forward with the conversation.
Listen to understand, like we were saying earlier, rather than listen to reply. Because she's not trying to come at you.
No problem. I have no problem listening.
Like at our age, we're dating for marriage. That is a lifetime commitment. So I'm not settling for things that I'm not okay with or that I don't see for the rest of my life.
What was that was what it was influenced. That's what influenced my decision on not carrying in a lot of spaces, where it was like I looked to the future and how they dealt with certain situations, right? I've had an experience where a girl told me that, hey, you know, I shouldn't be dealing with you in the first place. And it wasn't about like,
was she white?
Yeah, it wasn't about who I was. It was more about what her father or her parents said. I shouldn't be messing with you in the first place.
Wait, the dad said that to you?
No, the girl said that to me. I shouldn't be dealing with you in the first place. And then I'm sitting there saying like, well, if we are to deal and we are to go into a space of the future, if I'm thinking in terms of the future, then you're going to raise a black boy, regardless of what happened, or a black boy or a black girl, regardless of however you feel about it. You know what I'm saying? And if that's how you handle that situation, then it's telling. You know what I mean? I've been in a space where I'm explaining to them that someone was killed before they went on trial, and the response was he should have complied.
Yeah, see, no, I can't. I'm not about to do that.
And that seems petty. It seems small. Yeah, it seems something. It seems like a small.
That's not petty at all. I don't think that's small at all.
That's not petty at all.
They didn't see it. They didn't see it as advocacy. They saw it as their own experience with the police, or their own experience with whomever is in an authoritative space.
Okay, so based on that, you don't have a preference. Like your preference wouldn't be to date a black woman just because she would understand, because she's like, a white woman is never going to get that. Like no matter what you say, like she can't wrap her head around that, because never in a million years is that her experience, her mom's experience, her brother's, her dad's. Like that's just, she cannot fathom the fact that, oh my God, this could actually happen to me. But for you could, it's instantaneous. Like this could happen to you walking down the fucking, like you could walk out your door and it could happen to you. You don't feel like, I mean, as much as you're like, oh, I love everybody, I'm an empath, like you don't gravitate towards women that could really understand that.
That's precisely what I'm saying. Or the main part of relationships is meeting someone in a space where you have some commonalities and you have an understanding of one another. And if I'm speaking from an empathetic space, then she should have some empathy for whatever I'm going through. But I'm just saying, if she doesn't, then that is precisely what I'm saying. She could, if that's what you're saying, if she could never relate, if those conditions exist to what you're talking about, it's because I'm in love with her. I'm not gonna go, because again, if we're gonna go, we're gonna raise a black child.
Yeah.
Under your ideology.
That does it for us on this episode. Thanks so much for returning to the show to close out this 2-part season finale. If you have anything you'd like to share with our listeners or let them know where they can follow you on the internet, now is your time. Ladies first, let's go with you, Britt, TikTok Stara.
You can follow me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram under Lupus Fiasco.
I like that. That's very
clever.
Was clever.
That was clever as hell. God.
Wait, I'm looking now. I'm on Instagram and Twitter, and my handle is I_check_other. So I check other.
I'm on everything at the KIDSKOOB. I'm a producer. Got a new show coming out soon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so a lot of cool things coming up and all that. So, you know, if y'all want to like, support, share, retweet, all that good kind of stuff, you can do all of that.
I'm Keith, and I appreciate being on the show. My name is Keith Music. It's just Keith. The E is a 3. That's all. Keith Music.
_Nico_Nice. I have my own podcast too as well. Charge it to the game. We're talking about real life stuff. So if you want to listen to that situation, show out.
All right, and that's a wrap for this season. Please be sure to download the app Secrets of the Opposite Sex so that you can play from home. Subscribe to the podcast and check out our YouTube channel for extended episodes. We'll see you next year. Bye.